Hello and welcome back to Inebriated Warriors Cats Reviews. I'm Crow, and as stated, I'm inebriated. Today we're going to be doing the second book of the Prophecies Begin, Fire and Ice. And I honestly didn't remember anything that happened in this book. Like when I was thinking about the book, and I was like, oh, okay, that's where that happens. So the basic overview, I guess, is going to be that Brackenpaw and Cinderpaw are made into apprentices, and they are mentored by Graystripe and Fireheart, respectively. This is all good and well, and then there's all sorts of weird things happening, but Cinderpaw goes, oh, I remember now. And this is an interesting one. Cinderpaw goes to tell Tiger Claw something about something. I don't remember what it was. And he originally wanted Blue Star to go. Oh, I think it was because Blue Star was losing a life during this time. She's on her last life now. That's kind of important. But Cinderpaw goes to find Tiger Claw, doesn't find him, and gets hit by a monster, breaks her leg. At this point, she's reflected on the fact that she's never going to be a warrior, but she hasn't decided fully to be a medicine cat apprentice. Graystripe meets a River Clan warrior named Silverstream, and they start seeing each other. And so basically the entire book, Graystripe and Fireheart are like mad at each other because Fireheart's like, you're betraying your clan, and Graystripe's like, I love her. And it honestly, one of my least favorite parts, like their rivalry that was going on, like I get it. And they still showed by the end that they were in it together. I mean, Graystripe literally said, I would die for you. And so I did not like them fighting. And even though Silverstream was one of my favorite characters when I first read this, and I don't have anything to like or dislike about her now, but just the way she and Graystripe both acted, I thought was just so immature, which granted, they are both very young, so that makes sense. Speaking of romances, Sandpaw and Dustpaw are made into warriors, Sandstorm and Dustpelt. And Sandpaw, when she was Sandpaw and then beyond, as she became Sandstorm, which was towards the end of the book, there's some romance developing. I wouldn't say romance, at least friendliness, but it's kind of an odd friendliness, like you know that there's something more than that. Fireheart, I think, doesn't know a single thing. I think Sandstorm is aware of it and isn't happy about it. And so much like her daughter Squirrelflight, or I should say Squirrelflight's like her mother. Let's see, we find out in this one that Broken Star is, and Broken Tail by the end of the book, is Yellowfang's son, so that's a big thing. He lost a life because of her, and she scratched his eyes and blinded him, so he's now a prisoner in ThunderClan. At the beginning of the book, Fireheart and Graystripe have to go and rescue Wind Clan and bring them back, which happens very quickly. And so they bring them back. There's two different major battles that happen. I'm talking way too much about this. Wind Clan and Thunder Clan team up, or everybody thinks everybody's hunting on their territory, and some of it's right and some of it's wrong. And everybody keeps smelling Shadow Clan, and Shadow Clan is just like, we ain't doing nothing. We're just trying to rebuild. Leave us alone. But and this was something that annoyed me too. It was so obvious that these traps, like the baits, the piles of prey, the bones of prey that had been eaten, just left with their scent all over it. It was very obvious to me very early on that it was Broken Star and his gaggle of warriors, or rogues now. And it took the entire book before they realized, and that was a big developmental point for Fireheart too, because he was the only warrior in camp when he figured out, oh no, Broken Star is going to attack us while these two things are happening. And so he actually gets up on the high rock and says, okay, listen, this is what's happening. This is what we're going to do. And so that was one of his showing his leadership qualities for really the first time. I'm pretty sure Tiger Claw set the trap for. Do I need to talk about that yet? Did I talk about the other battle? I didn't talk about the other battle. Oops. Wind Clan is attacked by Shadow Clan and River Clan, and Thunder Clan goes to help Wind Clan, and eventually they drive everybody out. That's the fun stuff, yeah. There were a couple of deaths in here. Clawface died. Gray Stripe killed him. It was pretty cool. White Claw, who is a River Clan warrior, fell into the gorge also because of Gray Stripe. Not that Gray Stripe was trying. He felt really bad about that. I think there was another one. I can't remember. There was an unnamed kit that died from green cough. There was a green cough outbreak, or white cough, then green cough. Okay, we're all over the place. Great. I really liked learning more about Yellowfang in this, and I really enjoyed seeing. I don't remember Cinderpaw being so rambunctious, and so that's really cute to see. And I'm enjoying her growing relationship with Yellowfang, because I know, like, there weren't that many people or cats in Yellowfang's life that she could trust, that she could love as her own. But we all know Cinderpelt and Fireheart are basically her kids as far as she's concerned. And I think that's really sweet. Blue Star seems to be getting a little bit more odd. I don't remember her getting senile this early on, but I also don't remember her losing both lives before her last one in the first two books. So that's kind of crazy to me. I also think that it's so odd how it's odd as somebody who's read up to the point that I'm at in Starless Clans, where the clans are just. Oh, I didn't put a spoiler warning in this. I'm probably going to do that in post. I'm up there. What was I talking about? Yellowfang, Blue Star, losing lives. Oh, the clans. They hate each other. Like, they don't hate each other. They're very indifferent towards each other and generally more hostile than anything, which is weird to me because I'm so used to the clans being cohesive and them really, like, talking before they resort to violence. Whereas, I mean, there were whole books easily in definitely the last two arcs, or I should say, definitely in Starless Clan and Broken Code, probably in A Vision of Shadows, there weren't that many battles. Like, there's been at least two major battles, I think, in both of the books. And I know there were at least 3 or 4 in, like, it's just crazy how many fights there are compared to now. Which makes sense. I think that the plot really drove a lot of this arc, at least. The villain and his plot really drives his plot drives the plot forward. And I think that's different from now, which I think Starless Clan and Broken Code, like, there were a lot of things that could have been better, but they didn't have battles nearly as often. Like, there were whole books that just didn't have anything in it. It's very drama based almost. There's a lot of interaction between the clans and gossip, and there's a whole lot more politic in it than there used to be. And I mean, political for the religious cats, so, whatever there. And Fireheart is having dreams from StarClan, which I don't remember him having. In my brain, I honestly was like, he only got that one prophecy in Power of 3. And I was like, nope. He knew that he had dreams where Cinderpaw got hit by the monster. And it's crazy that StarClan is showing such a favoring towards him so early on, like he was special from the very beginning. And I think that really drives that point forward because you don't hear all these cats having StarClan messages. It's leaders and it's medicine cats, and that's basically it. And so it's crazy that he's able to get that. Um, I don't think I had any other points necessarily. I'm really excited to read the next book. I only remember one thing in the next book. I know Silverstream dies, and therefore Greystripe goes to RiverClan. That's the only thing I remember. I assume Cinderpaw is going to officially become a medicine cat apprentice in the next book. Other than that, I don't remember anything that happens there. I don't really remember Rising Storm. I'm pretty sure Blue Star dies in Dangerous Path. And maybe that's when Scourge is initially. I don't know. The timeline is all messed up for me. So I will see you whenever I finish Forest of Secrets. I'll see you then.